Dirty Pat Walsh channel with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh, here on YouTube. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a dip of the Kodiak in honor of Mr. Kodiak Dipper's nice comments. We're also at a weird angle because I'm trying to charge my phone as I make this video. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Excuse me. Kodiak. All right. So, let's see if I can get this any better. I'll tell you what those are. All right. Maybe that's a little better. Yeah, so Kodiak Dipper left me a really nice comment just now. You can read it if you choose to. If not, that's okay too. But it reminded me, he talked a bit about harmonica because I seem to have sparked a bit of an interest in the harmonica in him, which fills me with nothing but absolute joy. If you lived in my area, I'd give you lessons, you know. Yeah, that fills my, whenever anybody in 2019 tells me they're picking up the harmonica, I cannot tell you how it makes my heart feel, because, ladies and gentlemen, it was 40 years ago today that I picked up my very first key of C Honer Marine Band, and as you can see, I'm still playing them today. Marine bands are historically my favorite harmonica. I love their wooden body, their old school sound, everything about them, the vented sides, the pretty open back, I love Marine Band harmonicas. I love them so much. I got the tattoo. See? Now, I don't know if you can see, I've showed this before, but there's a detail there it's hard to see in the light, the reflection and all, but there's a detail right there of of this. It's exactly the same as this. Yeah. And then I got this tattoo it was actually from the best tattoo shop in town. They bought a cigar box guitar of mine that I had built and paid me for it in that tattoo. So that was pretty sweet. But yeah, it would have been 40 years ago today that I picked up my very first good quality harmonica. And because it would have been 2 days after my birthday, I would have had a little bit of birthday money. Yeah, and I guess I would have been 11, I believe. 11, maybe. Or no, sorry, 9. Yeah, I was 9, I think. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, 49 years. I just turned 49 the other day. So, anyhow, yeah. So I picked up the harmonica 40 years ago. Just today, anyway, sometime this week. Probably today. Because it would have been just after my birthday. We would have, my mom would have wanted to go to Wilco or something, and that's where I bought it at the Wilco in the Trafalgar Village in Oakville, Ontario, where I grew up. And I remember, excuse me, I remember distinctly when I bought the harmonica and I had it in my hands, that this was going to be a really, really big thing. I just had this inner intuition. I just said, man, this is a big day in your life, dude. And man, did I play that harmonica I played it. I played it so much. I played it so much at one point. My mom wouldn't let me play it indoors. I loved playing it. I played in the smoking doors at school, on school break or whatever. One of the spare periods in high school, I play it. In elementary school, I'd be hiding. All the kids would be playing fucking sports or something, and I'd be sitting around the other side of the school where nobody was playing harmonica. It was my bag, man. It was my thing. And and then growing up in the '80s, like in high school, I was very, very much in the punk rock scene, and I was immersed in the punk rock scene. And I had I still had this flame in my heart for a fucking harmonica, man. I had to play it. So I tried really hard to learn in the '80s, how to play when I was a kid. But I had zero resource. I had nothing. Like there was one book available called Blues Harp, and I didn't even get a copy of that till I was in my 30s, I think, and I've lost it since then. But and Blues Harp was written by Tony Sun Glover, and it was basically the only book on how to play harmonica. The only resource available is long before the internet. You know, None of my friends played harmonica. None of my friends gave a flying fuck about blues music. Because we were all into punk rock, right? Um, I was of the attitude that whatever music I liked, I was gonna listen to, no matter what clique I was in. But so yeah, I hung out with the punkers, but I loved blues music, and I loved old dub reggae that often used harmonica in it, um, in strange ways. And if you ever listen to any old Jamaican dub reggae, um, and that served me well later in life, actually, because I actually worked with an artist who played dub music and wanted some of that harmonica on it, so I got to be his guy. That was amazing. Um, but yeah, playing the harmonica has been such a. Hold on just a second, please. Yeah, playing the harmonica has been such a blessing into my life. You know, it helped me quit smoking when I smoked cigarettes. When I was 24, I decided, well, I've been playing harp since I was 9. I've been smoking since I was 11. I've been playing harp longer, and I like doing it better more. And so I'm going to quit smoking, and I did. Um, and that was perfect because that was right when, you know, right shortly after I'd moved to Peterborough and was beginning to interact with other musicians for the first time in my life. I was, you know, back then, back in the early '90s, like '92 is when I moved here. Peterborough was like a town full of hippies playing guitar, playing frisbee. Like the music scene was all folk music, or not like traditional parsley, sage, rosemary, and like it wasn't like that kind of shit, but it was like the guy with an acoustic guitar kind of folk music, or a couple girls singing in harmony with an acoustic. It was all acoustic guitars, is what I'm saying. And and right before I moved to Peterborough, I'd actually decided, after playing in like trashy punk rock with my buddies for all my teenage years, um, I thought, maybe I could take this music thing a bit more seriously, and start writing songs, because I'd heard a lot of kind of lo-fi punk rock folk musicians at the time. Um, People like early Billy Bragg and names that you would never know. A guy named Pete Pax. Anyway, I was very inspired to start writing my own punk rock music on acoustic guitar. So I was kind of an anomaly among the scene here because, I was technically a folk musician, but I was a lot rougher and scruffier than most of the folk musicians. And I didn't meet another harmonica player until it would have been in 1993, I think. I met a fellow named Tim, and he played harmonica as well. That's how we kind of became friends, talking about harmonica. But yeah, so anyway, when I quit smoking was right when my harmonica career was kind of starting to take off. I was playing lots of harmonica with my own music. I'd started doing music for dance theater productions. And I was busking a lot. I busked every day for years. That's how I made my living. My welfare paid my rent, and my busking bought me beer money. And boy, did it buy me a lot of beer. Um, yeah, busking here. I used to make $20 an hour, no sweat, any time of day or night. And now you're lucky if you make fucking $5 a day. It's the landscape's completely changed in that way. But yeah, anyhow, Kodiak Dipper's comment and me sitting here dorking around on a harmonica made me realize that today's probably the day, 40 years ago, when I picked up my very first Marine Band harmonica and started annoying my mother a great deal with it. And annoying my friends as well. But it's been a wonderfully twisted road being a harmonica player. It's taken me all over the continent. It's taken me to Europe. If I didn't play harmonica, I wouldn't have done 90% of the traveling I've done. I wouldn't have had I would have missed a lot of opportunities that I've had in my life. Um, you know, Playing a lot of big stages and hobnobbing with some pretty fucking spectacular superstars and stuff like that. It's all just because one day when I was 9, I walked into a Wilco and bought a fucking Marine Band. You know, so it always fills me with joy when somebody says they want to play a harmonica. Like, I don't know how long this video's going right now. Oh, it's already 13 minutes. Yeah, I've told stories here before about how seeing other people playing harmonica has inspired me a great deal. And given me faith that I'm doing the right thing with my life. So, anyhow, I just wanted to say that and tootle a little harmonica for you. But anyhow, thanks for your comment, Kodiak Deborah. It blew me away. And you know, if you ever have the urge to do something small that you might think might do you well, do it. Harmonica is a very small thing. It's a very small thing that not a lot of people would think about doing. Not a lot of people thought about doing it when 40 years ago. In my world, there's a huge harmonica scene. Don't get me wrong. Lots of people play harmonica. It's probably the most popular instrument in the world. But you don't often find people who are really into the harmonica. Often, or at least I don't often meet them or interact with them. So yeah, so cheers, bud. All right, thanks for your time, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday night. I'm just hanging out here in Sound Kitchen Studios, in the kitchen of Sound Kitchen Studios. And, yeah, much love. Be well, everybody.